All right. So we were talking about the village Palampur, which is a hypothetical village. And here you will be able to see the mind map of the entire chapter. Pushpender joining in now. All right. So I hope my screen is visible to all. And I today in this class will be focusing on the fact that how the farming activities are conducted in village Palampur. I request all of you to kindly mute your videos. Kindly mute yourself. Okay, Sarah Goel is coming in, but she's facing some problem, I guess. So she's coming in for the second time. Attendance in charge to take note of that. Tanisha Chauhan coming in late. Okay, so now we can officially begin with the class. Okay, so till now you have done the factors of production. You have talked about the different factors like land, labor, physical capital, human capital, which is there in the village Palampur, which they are utilizing. And you have also talked about the different kind, the land which is there, and land being basically a fixed natural resource to the village Palampur. I again request to switch off your audio, everyone. All right. So in today's class, we'll be taking up Kabir Chadda joining in late. And after this, I won't take up anybody in my class. So the farming activities, Parikshit Singh has a doubt? Parikshit,
Ma'am, can you tell how is this chapter related to economics?
right, absolutely. See, when we're talking of economics, it's just about how we are talking about our economic development and how is the development going to happen with the way of production. If someone asks you how is Indian economy doing, you will have to think what is it that I can tell about it. You have to think about production which is happening in the economy, how people are engaging in activities which is getting them money, and that is actually called as an economic activity. Economic word only refers to it like you're talking about money. So how people of village Palampur, this hypothetical village, they are going to utilize the things which are available to them and they're going to earn money out of it, right? So Parikshit, that was your question, and I think I gave the answer for it. If Shita and I are coming in late, well, today's class will be talking about, right, farming activities, right? We talked about land is very crucial element in the village Palampur, where 75% of the people are engaged in agriculture. But how are they engaging in agriculture is a tedious task for us that we need to know about. So now we are going to focus on the fact that there are various crops grown in Palampur. Now, it's not only one crop they're growing a variety of crops. For example, you have already studied in geography that you have the kharif crop, right, which is grown in the rainy season. So you have the farmers, they grow over here jowar and bajra, and these two are basically used to take care of the cattle feeding. So you give it to the cattle to Sambhav Chhabra joining in too late. Attendance in charge to mention all this when you are putting in the details. So these jowar and bajra are the kharif crop. They are grown in the rainy season and they are used to give it to the cattle so that they can feed upon it and then they can give the produce. But then after the kharif season is over, there is a mid-season between kharif and rabi. And then what do we grow? It's not left idle. The land is not left idle even in that season. We take up crops like potato in the months of October and December, and we grow that in that field. So the field is not left uncultivated. Okay, every season, even if it's a non-season, we are growing something or the other in Palampur. And then once potato growing is over, we come to Rabi season. The winter season, we are growing wheat. And this wheat is used for family's consumption. But there will be some extra also with you. What would you do with that? Thinking as a rational person, you will not store everything in your house. You would tend to distribute it somewhere, sell it to someone to gain some profit. So the farmers in Palampur, what they do is that they take the excess production, which is not required for their family's usage, and they sell it in the nearby market of Raiganj. Okay. So in that way, they are able to keep some food for themselves also and able to earn some profit also. Okay. And after the wheat is grown and it's sold off in the market, what happens is that a part of the land, there is, we divide the land in Palampur in a way that you have certain portion in which you are growing some sugar cane also. Sugar cane is a cash crop which is grown over there, and it is then sold either in its raw form, that is sugar cane as a fruit, or else they are actually taken up to transform it into jaggery, and then you're again selling it to Shahapur village. So you can see that, Kabir Chadda, to kindly mute yourself. So you can see that how people in the village Palampur, they are able to grow different crops. But there's a reason. Why are they able to do so? I mean, how come is it possible that you are able to grow so many crops in a particular season or in a particular year? That's because they have proper electricity supply and a well-developed irrigation system. So without water, without electricity, where the pumps would not run, you cannot imagine such kind of a village where there is so much development in the agriculture. Nikunj Arora and Keshav Rameshgir coming in later the class. So the tube wells over here, they are installed by the government, and again tube wells are run on the basis of the electricity which is available in the village Palampur. So it is this reason because of which they are able to grow the rather 4 types of crops that you can see over here. Okay. Now moving on to the next type of method which they are using over here, apart from using the land for all these purposes. So now you will be able to categorize that. Can I please have everyone's audio to be muted? You're wasting your own time if you're not able to hear me. So this system where you have one piece of land and you're growing more than 2 crops in a particular year, okay, and that is called as multiple cropping. So multiple means many, and cropping means that on a single piece of land you're growing 2 or more crops in a single growing season. Now, Palampur is able to take up multiple cropping. But how is it so? Because again, let's recall, they are able to have proper water supply, right? And number 2, that they have proper irrigation system. They are able to run the tube wells also. Some of the tube wells were actually initiated by the government, and then they have some which are private ones also. So when farmers are having facilities like the tube wells, proper electricity supply, and proper irrigation facilities, they are able to take up multiple cropping. Great. But apart from multiple cropping, there is one more area in which they are trying to show their developed nature, and that is through the modern farming methods. So modern means that something which is not traditional. In the multiple cropping, they are using the traditional labor, these traditional seeds, and the traditional way of harvesting and everything. But when we are talking of modern farming methods, here the farmers are using HYV seeds. Now, what are HYV? High yielding
seeds.
Right. Who is this speaking? May I know? Tell me your name also if you are giving me answers.
Sorry, ma'am, Shashwat.
Shashwat. Great. It's okay. If you have to speak, you can. HYV is high yielding variety seeds, where with that one seed only, it is just like the seed of the traditional one. But there's a difference in that traditional seed and this HYV seed. What is that? With the HYV seed, you can have more produce with that single seed of yours. So that single plant is going to give you more production. So that's better off. So this HYV is actually a genetically produced one. We have created, it's a man-made resource for us. But then for HYV seeds, you also need greater fertilizer, pesticides, and more machinery and better irrigation system. So HYV seeds cannot just flourish with just the seeds being there and you are not giving proper care to it. and it would require the supplementary use of the fertilizer, pesticides. So all the chemical fertilizers are being utilized in this modern farming method, unlike that of multiple cropping, where you can have your manures being used over there. That is the traditional way of farming. But in the modern methods of farming, you will have fertilizers, pesticide, machinery, which will be actually diesel driven. And you can just put another link to it, that this diesel driven farm machinery might create some pollution also. So that is how it is going to affect our environment too. And then when we talk about irrigation, you will need canals, the pump sets, the dams, where again dams can be utilized for electricity purpose also. So these are the methods to increase the crop production in the village Palampur. Let's recall again, there are two methods to increase the crop production. One is what they're following as a multiple cropping with the traditional methods over there. And the second way is the modern farming methods, where they're using the HYV seeds along with fertilizers, pesticides, farm machinery, and irrigation purposes. Well, now, given said so, we'll move on to the next one, where we talk about the fact that when we are talking about the modern farming methods, we are talking about a very crucial term which you have read before also in class 8. It is Green Revolution. So Green Revolution was started in the year 1960s, where we got the HYV seeds. The task for you is to recall who is known as the father of Green Revolution. You have read it in class 8. Just recall and pin it down into your notebook also. So Green Revolution. Very nice. Kumar, you want to say something?
N. Swaminathan.
Yes. Now you both have different answers, so kindly go and search it out first. I don't want to speak out who is the right one over here. Okay. So Green Revolution is where you had the HYV seeds, fertilizers to supplement the production, pesticides are required, more irrigation facilities, and farm machinery. Siddharth, you want to speak up the answer? Steve?
MS Swaminathan.
Yes, it is MS Swaminathan. Yes, it is MS Swaminathan. Good. So all those participants who raised the hand, good to see you. Well, now we'll have to differentiate between the two, because in village Palampur, you have both modern farming methods as well as multiple cropping being followed over there. So you should know that there's a difference between the two. Both are not the same thing. How? You should know the basis. Now, all those who might face difficulty in recalling the pointers, you can make a basis for yourself. Basis is like which criteria are there to differentiate. See, the first one, where we are differentiating between the type of farming. This one is a modern method. Multiple cropping is a traditional method. Then you have to define. So the definition is your second pointer. How do you define? Modern farming, you are growing one crop on a very huge piece of land, but then it is only at that point of time, right? So there is no multiple crops which are being grown in modern farming. But in multiple cropping, you are growing more than one crop on a piece of land in a particular year. Then you are trying to say about what are the chemicals being utilized, what are the inputs which are being utilized in this kind of farming. In modern, you can say that there is seeds, HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, machinery is being utilized. Whereas in multiple cropping, you will have to pin out that you are using traditional seeds over here. You are using less irrigation. The normal wooden tools are being utilized. So the ancient machineries are being incorporated in the multiple cropping system. And you will talk about the productivity. In modern, you will have HYV, so you will get to have more productivity. Whereas in multiple, you are having the traditional ways of farming, so you will have less productivity as compared to the modern farming methods. So this, I hope, is clear to you. You should not be confused when you're being asked about it. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Is that Sandy?
Ma'am, no, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm Priyanshi.
Okay, Priyanshi.
Ma'am, actually it doesn't, ma'am. The multiple cropping would be more cheap, and it would, ma'am, the income would be more because you are growing like 2-3 crops a year. But while in the modern, you are just growing one. So, ma'am, then and you are using HYV seeds,
right.
which must be, ma'am,
costly. right?
costly, and
Great.
the fertilizers and the modern ways of irrigation. So now it would be expensive for the farmers, and then
True.
multi-cropping was cheap.
True.
So ma'am, so there would be more benefit in doing multi-cropping.
Very good. Good question. Purvi, do you have an answer to this? Purvi, you can unmute yourself and give an answer to this.
I can try.
Yes.
If if the input is high, then also the productivity should be high because it is on a very high scale. And by using H5V seeds, also their market price would increase.
Right. That's one good point over here. And Ronak has joined in late, just to inform the in charge. Shashwat, you have an answer to this?
Ma'am, same, ma'am, same.
Right. So what we are trying to say
Okay.
basically is that when you're doing your modern farming methods, Himanshi, Meena joining in late, you are taking a single piece of land and you are utilizing it completely over there with the HYV seeds. And I told you HYV gives you higher productivity. That is why it is called a high yielding variety seed. Unlike the traditional
Excuse me,
seeds.
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I did not join late, ma'am. I got, ma'am, my laptop was
All right.
by mistakenly.
Shh. Okay. Continue. Study now. Well, so we are trying to say that with the HYV seeds, you will have greater productivity on a single piece of land. So that will fetch you more money, right? As a farmer, you'll get more money because you'll have more produce to sell off. And you should also keep in mind Indian agriculture, and you're talking about the traditional agriculture system, which is completely dependent upon rainfall. So, Priyansh, if I'm not wrong, it was your doubt that when the farmers are not able to produce, say they don't have proper irrigation system available to them, maybe that multi-cropping system might fail also. And it is still a problem in India that multi-cropping system is again a failure because the rainfall does not happen at the particular point of time when it is required. Say nowadays it is raining, and the farmers, if you read out the newspapers, the online newspapers also, if you're not getting the newspapers, the farmers are actually cribbing over it because the produce is getting wasted because there's huge rainfall happening in some areas. So there is going to be, right, so you have to think in a broader way. Okay, open up your minds and you should be able to understand why we are taking up these topics and go beyond your NCRTs now. High time. So Priyanshi, get to understand that the traditional farming would probably give you, year long you can get your income, but that income would be lesser because your productivity will be less. However, in case of Green Revolution, there was only few states. Now I'll come to it. There were only few states, okay, that came up with, you can look up over here. It was only the Punjab, Haryana and the Western Uttar Pradesh who took up these modern farming methods because it was obviously very costly for them. Anandi joining in late. So these farming methods could be taken up only by these prosperous states of our, northern India. Other states could not take it up because yes, HYV, one negative aspect is very nicely pinned up, Priyanshi, that HYV seeds are costly. So everybody in our India, they could not take it up in the 1960s or rather in the 1970s also. And so we were restricted to only Punjab, Haryana and Western UP. Now, when we are talking about Green Revolution, we are using the HYV seeds, which will give us higher productivity. So that is one good thing about our farming system. You are using the machines like harvester, threshers, the plowing machines, which will make it harvesting as a more easier and a faster process. So then the farmers would be able to be more efficient in their production. Also, you will have the higher yield. And what would happen? Farmers will keep some produce for themselves. For example, if they were growing the wheat over there in Palampur, they would keep some for their own consumption and rest of the surplus food will be sold off in the market.
Dragons.
And they will earn more. Yes, Shashwat, that is Raiganj, that they will sell the wheat and they will earn more profit out of it. Also,
Okay.
you are using pesticide and insecticides to protect your crops. Because in case you are using the HYV seeds, they are actually very prone to such kind of insects and all. So you have to protect your crops also. So in that case, the farmers have to utilize all these things. So the produce would be more in that scenario because it won't get wasted because of, say, insects coming up into your crops or weeds happening over there. So that is being taken care of. So a good irrigation system is able to actually enhance your crop production. which you will be able to see from table 1.2. You should be all able to analyze the tables. You will be seeing the production of pulses, how it has been increasing over the time. The general trend should be known to you. So for example, if you have the book in front of you, or if you're just making this table also, you can just put an arrow over here. Okay, and that arrow will indicate that it is an increasing one, right? And in case you're doing the production of wheat, you can see that that has also increased over the time, and that too in a multiple of numbers. So you can see that the production has increased. And what if I ask you what is the cause of it? Probably your answer would be that it is because of the modern farming methods like Green Revolution, which came into the states of Punjab, Haryana and Western UP. Now, given said so, there are two sides of a coin. It's not always good things happening with us. So we have the drawbacks of the modern farming methods. On one hand, we are saying it is going to increase our productivity. Well, very good. We are going to have extra produce which can be sold off in the market. Very good for the farmers. We are going to protect our crops from weeds and pests and all. But then, if you are using more of pesticides, insecticides, it will kill the insects completely. And some of the insects are actually useful to us also. It is useful for the crops. And then those good bacteria will also be killed in that process. Kumar, you have raised your hand. You may speak. Yes, Kumar. Unmute yourself and speak.
And that was by mistake.
Okay, great. Second, you are causing destruction to environmental resources. And how do you think you're causing any destruction over here with the help of HYV seeds and all? Can anyone answer this question?
Ma'am, answer.
Yes, Shashwat?
Ma'am, like we are using ma'am insecticides and pesticides, ma'am. So if farmer, ma'am, by mistake, ma'am, use more insecticides and ma'am pesticides in a more amount, ma'am. So ma'am, it can cause ma'am soil pollution and water pollution.
Very good. The soil will get, if it gets eroded, it will go and mix up with the water bodies. With the soil will go the insecticide and the pesticides also. So all the chemicals are going into your water body. People start consuming that water. So you can see that cycle happening and how it is going to affect your lives in that scenario.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
It's okay. I'll put up the video again so you'll be able to see it up. Kritik, you have an answer?
Ma'am, it will also turn the soil acidic, which will cause an destroyment of plants.
Very good. So that is here again, the loss of soil fertility will happen and you will be causing the water pollution. Okay. And it will also reduce the level of groundwater. Why do you think the groundwater will go down? Abhinandan, can you give me the answer?
Ma'am, because the modern farming methods require more water than traditional farming methods, ma'am. So they can reduce groundwater.
Absolutely. So you are using more irrigation system in this kind of a method, in the modern farming method. So then the groundwater is depleting day by day. Well, given said so, the last pointer over here, it talks about high amount of energy consumption. The person who has raised the hand, I cannot see the name. Can you please give me the answer that how energy consumption is going to be high in this kind of a scenario? I again see Kritik raising his hand. So Kritik, you can give me the answer.
No, ma'am, I was lowering my hand.
Oh my God. So anybody who can give me the answer, please speak up. No one. How do we have more energy consumption? Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay, the first one, the girl. Sorry, I don't know the name right now. Speak, darling. Yes. We are not able to hear you. Do you have an answer? Okay, anyone else?
I'm not sure, but I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm like energy consumption, more pump will be used for irrigation.
Absolutely. May I know your name?
I'm Arnav.
Okay, Arnav. Yes, so that is what you will be using more of tube wells and the pumps over here, and that will require more. Yes, so that is how you're going to use more energy also over here, right? So these are the major drawbacks of the modern farming method. And now we are going to see an activity which is going to be there I have last 10 minutes left, so let me just quickly wind up. Here is a picture. I'll be putting up the PPT in Google Classroom also, where you can see that there's a production being taking place over here with the help of some labor, right? And some heavy machinery is also here. So you have to identify which factors of production can you identify from this picture. So it's just recapitulation of what you have learned in the previous one. No, I don't want any answers now. Purvi and all, you can keep your hands down. This is a task for you. You have to identify what are the 4 factors. If you can see all the 4 factors over here. And in your notebook, you will divide. Okay, I'll give you this instruction. If you have the notebook, okay, you don't have the notebook, so forget it. You are doing in your rough notebook, so you kindly keep continuing over there. But do mention it very clearly that today's date where you're doing and today's activity, and then you pen down your answers, because it will be all taken up by the when we are starting with the new session. Also, you have some homework questions today. Today we took up the concept of how we are increasing the production on the piece of land through 2 methods: the traditional methods where we are having multiple cropping, and the green revolution where we are having the modern farming method. So these 2 things have been taught to you today. So you have to understand and answer the questions that how can crop production be increased. So there are 2 pointers. So you should know your point answers, and you should write only in points. Make your points, make your mind maps, and then you frame down your answers. Distinguish between multiple cropping, modern methods of farming. So you know there are 4 bases on the according to which you will be doing the differentiation. Advantages of modern farming method. So what are the good points of it? And you have to tell, this last question is about the negative aspects of it. So the coin has 2 sides. So green revolution also here we'll be talking about the positive and the negative. So you have to take down these questions. Before you start attempting the question, I would suggest you first read your NCERT, the portion that I have taught you today. It's on page number 3 and 4. And you make your own mind maps and notes. It will be taken up after the school opens. I want to see your mind maps and your flow charts. So you first do that, and then you will attempt the homework question or the activity which is given to you. I hope that's clear to you. If any doubt, we can sort it out on personal message also. Now you'll have to all go to Google Classroom with your ID and password. And if your name does not come up to the name which you actually have in the school registered, I am not going to mark your attendance. Go and attempt a quiz which is there, and it has a time limit till 11:50 only. So kindly go and do it, and also put down your marks in the private comment box. All the best for that. Thank you everyone for the class.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Great. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody has any doubts? Anybody with any doubts? All right. So if you have any doubts,
Google Classroom code.
I will not tell you. Take it very clearly from me. I will not tell you, because I've already
Ma'am,
told
there
you.
should be some.
On Google Classroom, on quizzes on Google Classroom, everyone.
Okay, ma'am.